Welcome to the After Show, hosted by Cowan and the guys on the couch. The show where we give it to you raw and real about your favorite mainstream TV and reality TV shows, your favorite actors, and how much we either love or hate them. We'll also be giving our opinions on some industry news as well. And trust me, no topic is off limits. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Marriage Boot Camp, hosted by Dr. Ish and Dr. V. Also, we'll be discussing the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we have to say about this. Let's go. Say hello, guy number 2.
I'm guy number 2. I'm single, I'm serious, and I carry a big opinion.
Greet the people, guy number 3.
Hi, I'm guy number 3. I'm also single, and I also have a big opinion too.
I love it. Listen, since you guys have such big opinions, I want to jump into a show where it seems that everybody has big opinions and big attitudes. Big attitudes. And this show is in its 9th season. I want to start off with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We are in season 9, episode 2. So I want to go right now. I want to talk about episode 1. And this was the episode where we got to see whose house was finished. It was a pretty much shade fest going on in this episode. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you must be living under a rock, because this is probably the top-rated reality TV show on the air right now. And I think of all the franchises, the Housewives franchise that airs on the Bravo network. And the show stars Kenya Moore, Sheree Whitfield, Candy Barris Tucker, Portia Stewart, Phaedra Parks, and Cynthia Bailey. So let's get right into it, shall we? All right, so look, I want to ask you guys some serious questions about this show, because I'm already beside myself. Season 9, episode 1, it was a race to the finish line with whose house would be finished first, Kenya Moore's or Sheree Whitfield. And it seems as though Kenya was rushing to complete the construction of her house per the bet that they made at the close of last season. And the show aired with her house still being under construction. Just a bit. There was some odds and ends that needed to be taken care of. We saw a bulldozer in the front yard. The driveway wasn't fully paved. And I want to know what you guys think about that. Guy number 2, give me your opinion about the opening scene from episode 1 of the 9th season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
No, it's just different with this house competition thing. I think, me personally, that if you're building a house, it comes with your own time and your own resources. And we see that Sheree is a little limited on her resources. Kenya has pointed that out very clearly in this first episode, where she talks about, it took 5 years, and of course she was corrected. It was only 4 years and a few months. But it's taken her some time to get her house together. For the two of them to be in competition is a little juvenile. But, hey, that's what ladies do sometimes. Now, as far as Kenya's house is concerned, it looks really, really nice.
Well, it wasn't finished in the first episode, right? It wasn't finished in the first episode.
Right.
So let's not go into that yet. I wanted to get your opinion about that opening scene, about, how that opening scene played out with all you saw with the bulldozer and people with hammers and nails and glue guns and staple guns and all kind of menagerie trying to put the thing together.
Much ado about nothing. That's what I think.
Guy number 3, please weigh in on episode 1, season 9, Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I agree. I think it wasn't really much. I'm not a fan of Kenya, so I just thought that it should be finished before you have a housewarming, and to see a bulldozer in the front of the house and have guests coming in, it just doesn't look good.
Now, tell me, you said that you aren't a fan of Kenya's. So it just rolled right off of your tongue. So tell me, why aren't you a fan of Kenya more?
Why? I just feel that she's phony, and I just think that she thinks it's all about her. And I just think that she never admits to a lot of the things that she has done on the show. Like, I think all that stuff that went down with Apollo, she never really kind of admitted it, what she did, and we all saw it played through the show.
Okay, well, good.
Sure.
How do you feel?
This is guy too. Not necessarily. What I think is that, Kenya, she's definitely a beauty, eye candy, as we said in the past, and she has the crown to prove it. But one of the things that seems to be a constant reminder is that she's always being called on the carpet for the things that, she says she's quote-unquote doing. However, she hasn't been proven to be a liar yet. So it's kind of hard to kind of placate her and put her in a position where she's really almost kind of like, the antagonist. Because she doesn't really come off as being the antagonist. I think it's like a lot of, a little fun in there and a little crazy, just a little. But, as far as like her with the other girls, they're all equally, contributing to their drama on the show. So that's what I think.
Yep,
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Well, I want to touch base on something here because, before I touch base on it, I'll save my comments for later, but I want to ask a question because guy number 2, you just touched on something. You said that, there's a little crazy there. And that's a word they use very prominently and in describing Kenya on the show, the other castmates. So do you think she's crazy?
No, I really honestly don't think that she's actually crazy. I just really think that she has a very strong opinion, and she really tries to stand her ground as much as possible when it comes to telling the truth about certain situations. It probably comes off as being crazy because it can seem a little far-fetched at times, but I don't think that it's really honestly like crazy, like let's go get some pills and, go into a psychiatrist's office. I really don't. I think she's just really trying to state her position and really get where she is. So, I think she could be a little bit more tactful at times, but, that's just how it is, and that's just how it plays out. But crazy does seem to be the ongoing, underlying fabric of what makes the show successful. So.
Okay. And guy number 3, you were going to comment about the same question. I said, do you think that she's crazy? And you had a swift comment was interrupted. So what were you going to say?
No, I thought you had meant that I said it. No, I don't think she's crazy. I just think that she thinks it's just all about her. And
what's all about her?
I think like she's like the best. I think what really kind of turned me off with her also was last season with the whole Kim Fields and her husband situation. I just thought that was really, really dirty, that she was the ringleader and all the other girls was involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that was not good. And the thing about it is that mostly all those girls have gay male friends or gay male hairdressers or makeup artists. They deal with them all day long. Mm-hmm. But to sit up there and poke fun at this guy saying that he was this and that, I just thought it was just really not a good look for Kenya. It made her ugly, and the other girls that were involved too. That's just my opinion.
Okay, and that's what you.
And he was really, and I thought Kim Field's husband was really. He was very tactful, and he took it really great. You know.
You said you thought that Kim Field's husband was what?
He was a good guy.
Okay, so that kind of takes us back into last season, right? And that's fine, because now I'm going to make a comment. I'm not going to weigh in too hard, but I'm just going to give a quick comment, because the definition of crazy is mentally deranged.
Yeah.
Especially as manifested in a wild or aggressive way. And I don't think that Kenya has ever shown herself to be mentally deranged, wild, or aggressive in a wild, crazy, wild kind of way. And so I just don't know that fits her. And they tend to use that word a lot when describing someone who happens to be a bit different than them. And so, I've seen other people on that particular show who would be able to fit more closely to this definition than Kenya. Now, I happen to like Kenya more for various reasons. She was Miss USA, and that's a title that you can't take from her. It's a historical title, and she was crowned Miss USA at a time where there really wasn't any dark-skinned Miss USAs, and it was proven that these women had an issue with her beauty, because that's really what I believe it boils down to. They're jealous of her, with her beauty, when they fought so hard to bring out the point that she was not the first black Miss USA. Well, here's to those women, if they're tuned in now, or anybody else who has that same, hasn't departed from that same mindset. Kenya is the one we know, the Miss Black USA that we know. That other one, not knocking her, not taking anything away from her historical accomplishment either. But we don't know her. Okay? Mm-hmm. Kenya is the most known, the most well-known, the most notable. So there you go. Can't dismiss her, can't take it away. So I don't know what Portia thought she was doing when she brought that statement up some seasons ago. But you have the right to like who you like and, not like who you don't like. So I want to kind of move on, because you also commented about her not owning up to the situation with Apollo. And I'm going to address that later on. I want to kind of move on a bit here. So look, Sheree Whitfield is back. That's one of the old, the original cast members of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So tell me, are you glad to see Sheree back, or are you sad that she's back? Guy three-way.
I love her. I'm glad she's back. I always liked Sheree, and I was upset that she I don't know what happened or why she left, or but I'm glad she's back, because I thought that she brought a lot of excitement. Her and Nene, they went at it.
Are we watching the same show? Because Sheree has never. One thing Sheree has never been is exciting. She has never been from season one. Sheree has never been exciting. Now she was never someone that I disliked. I kind of always liked her because she was kind of somewhere always squished in between the other girls, and she was always attempting to be a big personality. So I like that in her, but she was never exciting. She never really had a good storyline. You know what I mean? So I'm surprised that you say that she brought excitement to the show.
I thought so.
That's your opinion, and we're going to move on to line number 2 right now. Wait on Sheree Whitfield. Are you glad that she's back, or are you sad that she's back?
No, I'm glad she's back. She's one of the original Housewives that I really like. What she brings to the show, and that's just simply herself. I'd really like to see her do more. She did try to come out with She by Sheree, and I did say try to come out. I wasn't biting my tongue on that. But, I would like to definitely see her do more than, let's move past this, Chateau Sheree thing and maybe a couple of cameos with the kids and the conflict with Bob. Let's move past that. Like, what are you actually doing? I want to see you actually do something. Maybe do something with fitness. Maybe relaunch She by Sheree. Let's do something with that and kind of give you more of an exciting edge to the show. But yeah, I definitely do like her.
Now, I love the concept of She by Sheree. I don't know who came up with that name. If it was her, or maybe she was sitting down with one of her friends, like we are sitting down now on the couch and discussing things, and it just came up amongst friends. But I love that She by Sheree, and I wanted her to win with that. I'm still rooting for her to win, and I don't think it's something that she should abandon. I think if she just holds on to it, I think it was before its time. I don't think she was completely ready for it. But I think because the divine idea came to her that she definitely could do something with it. The name is awesome. But look, have you guys noticed how big her kids are? Yeah. But what do you think about the dad? The dad is back, making appearances on the show, and looking a hot mess. Looking a hot mess. Looking like coleslaw in a bag. A mess.
Yeah.
I want you to weigh in on this. Guy number 2, give me your opinion about that husband, that ex-husband of Sheree.
Bob. What can we say about Bob? Yeah. What about Bob? Well, Bob, when we say extras on the show, I think you just need to be an extra. So we can see you at the end of the show, but not now. I just don't want to see Bob. We got enough of Bob before, and it didn't look too favorable on his part. So, yeah, Bob, you can be an extra.
I agree.
Somebody that posts at the bar or walks down the street. You think he should be one of those people?
He should be an extra.
And stop it
at that holiday party? Did you see him at that holiday party? My God. I said, I understand that this is Sheree's ex and all of that, and and we've seen them have like a little bit of a slight touch of a romantic moment when they went to the islands last season. But Bob, you're an extra. Yeah, you're an extra. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about it. You're an extra. He could be sitting in the house when Sheree finishes the house or something like that, but he doesn't need to speak. He makes his presence known just by being in the background of the camera. So that's enough. That's enough with him.
Guy three. What's your opinion about Bob?
I agree, but I think we're going to see more of him because seeing some of the coming attractions, he wants to try to get back in her life. So I do believe we're going to see more coming up of him. I hope not much more, but we're going to see more of him. I feel that his look is outdated. He needs a whole makeover. He's a big guy. He could still look good. He definitely needs a more upgraded look. He really does. He really does.
What would be an upgrade, Guy 3?
Well, his hair is a mess. His look, his clothing was all wrong. He just didn't look. He didn't look trendy. 2016,
So what you want to do is you want to take cornflakes and make them into Raisin Bran. Is that what you're trying to do?
He looked.
He looked. What would have to happen? Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
He looked greasy. His face looked greasy. He needs a makeover.
Yeah, like I said.
And I like them together. I do, but he just needs a makeover.
Well, it's alleged. Actually, they said it's not even alleged. It happened. It's factual that he had recently settled. He managed to pay off more than $600,000 in a bankruptcy case.
Whoa.
So he had alleged that he had like $1 million, over $1 million in assets, including an Atlanta, Georgia home valued at $347,000 and another $732,000 in personal property. You know, I mean, they went as far as to itemize a Samsung home entertainment center, just a lot of stuff, with watches and so forth, and retirement plans and things. So I'm wondering, did Sheree get some of this money after he settled the bankruptcy case? Because how did Sheree finish the house, you guys?
Or what did she? What kind of work does she do? Like,
well, you tell me, because you're not a fan of Kenya's. You're a fan of Sheree. Do you not know what kind of work Sheree does?
No, I can still be a fan and still like wonder, you know, what she's doing and all that. You know, come on now.
No, look,
like I said, we need to see her doing more things so we actually do know what she does. But right now, I honestly think she's just a housewife. Well, you need to have a husband to be a housewife. But, you know, she's just on the show.
We can say that about a lot of them, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Because the only
what does Portia do? Didn't she just buy a big old house, too?
Well, Portia actually is still working with, she's on the radio show in the morning with Ricky Smiley.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, she's doing that. So, yeah, I mean, you know, she has a job, which is good. That's good. You know, thank God she's not conducting the Underground Railroad. I'll give her that.
Okay, so you guys brought up Portia, and it just it pains me to mention her name, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to bear it. Right now, it's like stepping on hot nails. Guy number two. What is the purpose of Portia being on this show?
The purpose of Portia being on the show is for comic relief, and I'm going to be really honest. So, initially when Portia came onto the show, she was supposed to be, you know, a notable figure, and, you know, married to a famous football player and all these things, and she acted like she didn't know who Kenya was, and come to find out, she really didn't know who Kenya was. But, embarrassingly enough, she's still here. Why? We don't know. But she's here.
She's very here.
She's here. She's here in hair pieces, and she's here. You know, I don't know why she's on the show.
She's here, and she's morphing into Kenya Moore. I wanted to ask guy number 3, why do you think Portia is still on the show?
I have no idea. To be honest with you, I thought in the beginning I kind of liked her, and then the whole thing, you know, all the stuff that she did at the reunion with Kenya and all that, and I think she was out one season, right?
Right.
You know what happened? They took her. You know what it is? She was out. They took her off contract. They took her peach away, and she became a friend one season. And
she didn't miss an episode. She didn't miss an episode. Yeah, well, go ahead.
But she was just a friend because her image and everything was gone from this opening and everything. And then the next season came, she was back. She got her peach back. And then I really didn't think that she was going to – I thought she was going to be gone this season. I didn't think she was going to be back. Because I was like, I thought she was, like, really boring last season. But she's full steam ahead. She's full steam ahead. She's like,
yeah, she's full steam ahead. All right. I thought she caught that Underground Railroad train that she saw. Remember she pointed that out. She saw that train. I thought she hopped it and she was out. So you know, like you said, full steam ahead. Now where that steam is going, she can stay. So yeah, you know that. But she's here.
I think Andy likes her. I really do. I think he really likes her.
Yeah, he might, but that's not saying much.
He likes her. Because she looks. Well, we have to admit, she looks good. She's beautiful.
She looks great.
I think all of the women. Right. I think all of the women on the show are actually beautiful women, very attractive women. Portia, and it seems that whoever, Andy or whoever else is behind the scenes, it was once said that there was a wizard behind the scenes. Someone from a recording star from another show said that there's a wizard who pulls the strings, and they must have bought Portia a Metro card so that she could ride the Underground Railroad to success. That thing never, ever left the show. And while they did take her image off of the opening of the show, she never missed an episode. So, I mean, you do your math. You know what I mean? They took her from the promo, but she was in every episode, even as a friend. She was not just as a friend; she was in every scene and having conversations as though she had never left. So that was a front, and that was a way to act as though they disciplined her when they really didn't.
Yeah,
they really didn't. And you know how I feel about people trying to insult my intelligence. It's not going to happen. And I have a lot to say about Portia, but I'm going to move on a little bit here because, before we actually get off of the Portia, invisible Portia train, I want to ask you guys, what do you think about the dramatic difference in the persona that she's projecting now? At one point, she was this, granddaughter to this historical figure, and she opened up. We met her giving a somewhat at some charitable event. She was having some event for some charity, and now she's twerking and hoochieing and fighting and beating up her friends in the alley.
Well, we can say that about Phaedra too, the church mama.
Don't get me started on that bag of crayons. That's a bag of crayons.
I mean, Phaedra is forever doing what she's doing, and then she always mentioned God in church in her conversation.
Guy number 3, Phaedra, is a bag of crayons. She's a box of broken crayons. You ever, when you were a kid, you ever get a box of crayons, and then you look at them and they got all the colors and they look beautiful lined up in the box, and then when you go to pull them out, you realize the bottoms are broke. Yeah. That's what Phaedra is. Mm-hmm. She's a broke crayon. Yeah, she's a broke crayon. I don't believe anything that comes out of Phaedra's mouth.
Nope.
And she when you talk about duplicity, okay, she is the definition of that. And
she's definitely a bona fide lawyer.
I thought that whole thing with Candy's husband, that was really wrong. I thought, she just didn't want to pay.
Whose husband is that?
Oh yeah, Candy. That's right. Yeah, Phaedra didn't want to pay Todd for the production of the that donkey. Oh God.
The exercise thing.
It wasn't the donkey butt video. It was the pregnancy video she was doing that she didn't want to pay Todd for.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was a donkey
butt production.
No. She had already. That one was already done. Remember, that was out and released. Seasons back. She had done another video for pregnancy. During her pregnancy, she was pregnant when she did the video, and she was going to put that out. That one is still not to be released. It hasn't been.
Who's going to pay to see that?
Oh, I guess she was trying to appeal to pregnancy, pregnant moms and so forth, or pregnant donkeys, probably. But
there you go.
This is the thing, that I have a big issue with Phaedra. She's like, Phaedra is like, exactly. She's all of that.
You didn't know what to say, huh?
All of that. She's all of that. She's empty space. she's empty space, and she's trying to fill it with this persona that just doesn't exist. Oh, I'm a Southern Belle. I'm a preacher's daughter. That mama got up on that guy. Did you guys see when the mama got up there and called herself on Andy and called herself praying for Patti LaBelle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Patty does need to pray over that pie. But I'm saying, it's funny because, I saw that prayer.
Now, y'all know I don't like to talk about nobody's mama. And I'm not going to talk about my mama. But did you see...
we're not talking about the mama. We're talking about the mama thinking that she's going to be praying over this pie. Well, Patty or whatever. I don't know what she was praying over. It sounded like she was praying over Slurpee. But, I didn't know. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I was like, so what are we doing on Andy of all? He's Jewish. So why are we praying on this? None of that made sense. So, so what was the next thing we were doing?
Okay, so look, we're off of Phaedra. We're off of her. And let's talk about something that is, someone who's very dear to my heart, and I really like her. I really like her. Marlo Hampton. Let's talk about
that's
Marlo.
my girl.
Yeah, we need to get on a high now because we've been kind of down, let's kind of raise the volume and the energy and the vibe of this this episode. Marlo Hampton. I think they need to bring Marlo in and give Marlo a peach. What do you say, guys?
Yeah, I agree with that. I've been tweeting Marlo like crazy. And she tweets back, and she just says that, she does what she does. She comes in 1 or 2 episodes as a friend. But I don't know. There was one season when they first introduced her. It looked like she was on there, and she was going to get one. But I was reading stuff that I think she was having problems with people behind the scenes. I don't know if y'all know what was going on. Does anybody know?
I don't know what was going on. I remember when they brought her in, she was supposed to have confrontation with Nene, but when that didn't work out and they became somewhat of fake friends, the thing took a twist. The storyline took a twist, or what they expected to be, or anticipated to be a storyline. It took a twist. But she was a very strong presence on the show. And
yes.
I think she offered a bit too much of a strong presence because when she sat on the couch for the reunion, they brought her out.
Oh.
She stayed with a Ginsu. She went across the like she did. She cut heads off. She cut heads completely off. And I think the producers got scared of that. Yeah.
I definitely think she did. I mean, I love Marlo. Marlo is good TV. I mean,
oh my God, we all agree. We agree on something.
Well,
it's monumental.
Marlo's good TV. I mean, she looks good on camera. She, she brings the noise,
And she can tackle Nene.
She can definitely tackle Nene. I think she can tackle that show, to be honest.
Okay, so let's talk about Nene for a minute.
What happened?
You said that Marlo could tackle
Nene.
And I don't think I believe that she can, and she clearly did. She chased out of But
yes, remember that?
I also don't believe that she's the only one that can tackle Nene. Because Kenya gives her a run for her money. Kenya gives Nene a run for her money, and so does another woman that I want them to bring back so badly. I don't know why she's not on the show. Claudia Jordan.
Oh, please.
I want Claudia back. I want Claudia back. When it was the talls versus the smalls, I loved it. I loved it.
Me too.
I really think that everybody is afraid of what she said. I mean, people are literally afraid of her opening her mouth because she's always going to give her opinion. She's always going to stand her ground. She's going to be like, I said what I said, which is one of Nene's famous lines. I said what I said.
I said what I said.
A Claudia is going to do what
I love it.
And she is going to stick by what she said. So, there's no biting of the tongue. I just think that, Claudia was a bit much for the girls. And, she was a little, predecessor to the the whole, I guess, the angst and the animosity. So it was a little too much with her on
She
the
didn't have
show.
no
I
story.
would love to see her back. I'd love to see
She
her
didn't
back.
she didn't have no story.
Well, no, she did. I mean, when she came on the show, she had a real job. She also worked in production, and she also had some other side ventures going on. And she has a previous history. You know, she used to work on. She used to work with Howie Long on Let's Make a Deal. So, you know, she has a notable history, and a notable history in Hollywood to boot. So, you know, Claudia has a resume, unlike some of the others on the show.
She's legitimate.
So, yeah, she's legit. So when we're looking for somebody that needs something to do, like, you know, Portia, Sheree, yeah, Claudia has a job. So that's that.
This is what I think about Claudia Joy. And I really enjoyed Claudia being on the show. I was able to see Kenya finally have someone on her side and someone that would support her and someone that didn't think she was crazy but allowed her to be who she is. We all have a bit of something, you know, about us that really is exclusive to us and that makes us different from all of our other friends. And so, you know, our own little thing that makes us work. You know what I mean? That gives us our oomph. And so I think that Claudia allowed Kenya to have that, and it really showed up in their friendship, and certainly between the friendship between Claudia, Kenya, and Cynthia. But I think that we would do well to see Marlo back on the show, Claudia Jordan back on the show. It would kind of be like, I would want to see Claudia go in and slay Sheree, and then she kind of gets into it with Marlo a little bit, and they kind of go back and forth. Because, you know, it would kind of, think about Kill Bill, guys. I think that Marlo would kind of give us a little bit of Vernetta Green. Vernetta Green, you know, Vivica's character in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then we would have a little bit of Lucy Liu over in Ishii. Claudia was like that when she came in. She totally took Nini's head off her shoulders, killed her, slayed the dragon. And I think that Nini probably spoke to it. I'm not putting words in her mouth, and I'm not saying that this is what she did, but I think she probably spoke to the producers and was like, look, if you want me on the show, it's either me or her, because this girl annihilated. She killed from the gate. You don't even have to get in the gate. She killed. Claudia was, I mean, she went toe-to-toe without blinking, without changing seats, without cowing down. She was awesome. Loved her on the show. But let's move on with, guys, because I want to talk about Cynthia Bailey, who is now filing for divorce from her husband from the Caribbean, Peter Thomas. But here's what we're going to do. I want to wrap this episode up, and then I want to talk about what's going on with Cynthia Bailey and some of the other girls, what's happening in episode 2 of season 9, Real Housewives of Atlanta. You guys will be right back.